Hey, this is Frank the Pest Geek. I'm here in Miami doing a horticultural consultation on a new client. And I'm going to show you everything that we found with this landscape and what needs to be fixed. Check this out. Here's the challenge that we have servicing fruit trees. That mango tree in the back is probably 25 to 30 feet tall. It's right on the property line. Let me walk over here. That's good. Yeah, that's going to be a good 30 feet right there. I mean, till the bottom of these leaves is easily 9-10 feet. I can't reach it. And my hand, extent of my hand is 7 feet. Like 7 feet is right here, and we're easily talking 10, 20, 30, close to 40 feet. It's back here on the property line. There's the property line. And this tree's basically been allowed. You had somebody do some trimming, and they basically did a terrible job. That is just a horrible butcher job to do on a tree. It wasn't pruned correctly. And now you're going to have anthracnose disease. And how do we get up there and spray 40 feet in the air with a copper fungicide and not get it on the customer's property next door? This tree needs to be brought down about no more than 20% a year right now by an arborist. Get it down to maybe manageable 20 feet over the next 3 to 5 years. And an arborist is going to charge to come in and get this job done probably about $600 a year on this tree. The problem is you've got 2 mother trees that need similar service. So now you're talking having an arborist come in and really get these trims. There's something going on over there that tree looks just not right over here. But an arborist came, or somebody came and pruned off some branches. At least that one was done correctly. That's how it should look. About 1 inch left from the top there. You see that little inch right there? And then this is at the right angle. That's how you properly prune a tree. You know, they did it over here. That is proper the way they did it. I don't know why at the other side they butchered it the way they did. But the size of this tree needs to come down a bit so that it's manageable. How do we manage a mango tree that is this large and spray it for the client? You know, we could use a mist blower, but if winds are more than 5 miles an hour, the drift is going to be very high. And it just so happens that today we have no wind. And then how do we select this in the middle of August when we got to spray these trees? To be able to use a mist blower, because we can do it with a mist blower and get the copper up there and get the insecticide if we have to, an organic, something like an IC3 or an Ecovia. We use it. We can control anthracnose disease by frequent applications of essential oils to control it. But if it's flowering, we can't spray it with that because it's going to damage the flower. So we have to wait. And you have to do stuff early on in the year. You can't just wait till you have a problem to then call a specialist and solve it. We're not miracle workers. We got to work with the science and the biology. And if the customer that owns the tree is not educated and doesn't understand the science and the biology, and nobody's explaining to them, if you've owned this house for 20, 30 years, you know, this house was built in the 50s and 60s, and these trees have been here forever, and you're a new homeowner, and you just bought a home with all of these fruit trees, you know, and you're not educated, you're going to need to educate yourself on what it is to do. I mean, this is just crazy. I don't know why they did that. I mean, if they did it right one side, we don't know if it's the same company that did it. We're just making assumptions like this should not be left here. I mean, why would you leave this here? I would have trimmed this all the way back to here and 1 inch away from that trunk and be done with it. This is how you get pups growing. This is how you get unnatural growth. This is just improper. It needed to be pruned right there. This also, wrong. It needed to be pruned right there. So a lot of education that has to go on in what we do to be able to get the customer the result they have. We got probably a little bit of powdery mildew. We got some insects underneath there. I got to analyze that, but we could have a little bit of whitefly. It looks like there's some whitefly there. So not too bad. The tree's good. It doesn't seem to be a whole lot of anthracnose on the tree. The leaves doesn't have a lot of anthracnose, which is good. But one of the reasons you want to open this tree up also and have it trimmed every year and pruned is that you need air to flow through. You don't want all those pups and branches going out of control. Are they going to be able to hold it? So you need an arborist to come in, trim this tree down. 20% is safe. You can do up to 30 after harvest, but I don't recommend it. It's usually not safe for the tree. It's going to get pissed. And you got to look at your local law. Will a law allow you to do, in this case, trimming down a tree more than 30% could be illegal because of the canopy. So you need to bring it down to a manageable distance. Probably this tree needs to come down about half in order to be able to do it. And then the customer is going to say, yeah, but the tree looks beautiful. Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, I want a beautiful tree, I want a healthy tree, I want to harvest, I want all this, I want you to manage it. Something's got to give. You got to be willing to give something up. My best opinion is going to be bring that tree down to size little by little over the next 6 years, and then pay an arborist to come in once a year and properly prune it. If you really want really healthy trees, it's expensive. It's a luxury. I mean, you know, you want to harvest a mango, you want the tree, you want to do this, there's a cost. And you got to be willing to pay that cost. I can't save you from that cost if you own the tree. That is just a reality. Other areas like up there, I'm going to, right there you can see, I'm going to see if I have my finger in the way. Right there, that should have been trimmed all the way back to the trunk. Not left there. You're going to get abnormal growth. This one is okay at the end. That's okay, but you see how you got that growth going up? What's going to happen when that growth gets really, really high? It's going to get really, really heavy and snap that trunk. Because look at the only thing that is on that trunk growing is that end piece. What is going to happen? I would have just trimmed this all the way back to here and be done with it. And that would have been the good arboral choice to make, is trim it right there. This one over here has a lot of growth, and that's fine. It's not going to be that heavy. It's short. But, you know, 10 years from now, that thing is going to be super heavy. That branch can easily break with the weight. It's not a really big branch. So that's my horticultural consultation for this landscape. I hope it helps, guys. Hey, this is Frank the Pest Geek. If this video has been helpful to you, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. This is Frank the Pest Geek, wishing you a pestacular day.